It's the night of the dark moon in Virgo, and Virgo rules health and vitality. So for the new moon, I did a yoga sequence, and I was trying to work in a lot of crescent shapes in honor of the moon. So I did a lot of side stretches, and I was working into twisted half moon, and I also played around with some arm balances. These side stretches I'm doing in my sequence is also really targeting the psoas muscle. The psoas muscle that connects from your upper inner thigh to the back of your floating ribs in mid-vertebrae. This muscle tends to get really stiff and holds a lot of fear and trauma. And so with Virgo being the healer or the medicine woman, that archetype, it's all about addressing our own inner wounds, where we store our traumas. So I did a lot of journaling and reflecting on what are the traumas that I've dealt with that have given me healing and that now I can go and help heal others, and what are some of the wounds that I still have that I still need to address. I've been in recovery for 5 years, so that's a big wound that I've healed, these addictions within me, and learned how to transform those addictions so that I can offer it up as healing for myself and for others. A current wound I've realized is my shame talk that I have with myself. I've mentioned this in other videos, but just feeling really, really bad about myself if I make a mistake. So that's something I'm really working on releasing in this moon. And it's something I've really addressed in the way I communicate with other people, and especially my kids. So that's a current wound that I'm working on. The other wound I decided to work on this month was my inability to relax. Sometimes I just want to go, that I just feel so busy, and life is busy, but I take even small moments that could be restorative, and I tend to fill them up with thinking about workshops or class plans or yoga videos. And so this month I really want to give myself that gift of relaxing, to really find those moments where I can relax and enjoy those, so that I can show up in the other moments that require more of my attention and effort with more power and presence. I led a new moon group this evening in my backyard. We sat in the backyard around a fire. We talked about Virgo. We talked about Chiron, one of the planets who rules Virgo, who's the wounded healer. It's one of my favorite aspects of this medicine woman, is that wounded healer. I can relate to it so much. We called in the elements and the directions. We did a goddess blessing. It was so beautiful. And then we did 3 journal entries. The first journal entry, we wrote about what we want to manifest this month, and also what we're surrendering with the end of the last lunar cycle. Then we wrote down some of the major wounds that are coming up with us, and we threw those pieces of paper into the fire to help release them. And then lastly, we wrote down some action steps that we can start doing this month to address those wounds in healing, and also smaller action steps of how to move in the goals of what we want to manifest. Gathering with sisters around the fire, talking about the moon, this just charges my soul. In Utah, there's not very many gatherings like this. There's a lot in California and a lot on the East Coast. So one of the ways I want to rise up as this medicine woman is by being really accountable and holding really consistent gatherings with women in this way. So I'm super excited. So if you're in Utah, or if you're just interested in this at all, please let me know. The more we can come together as women and kind of raise the flame and help us heal our own lives and also our ancestral drama, I think we can just make the world a better place. And that's what it's all about, right? Happy new moon in Virgo.